This production is brought to you by DHBN WTHC Radio.
Let's go ahead. All right. Good evening. Hey, welcome to the Stoner Sports Report with Scott and Skunky. I am Scott, and to my right is Skunky. How's it going, Skunky?
It's going good. How about you?
Doing real good.
Good.
Let's see. So we don't have. Isn't the game? Yeah, the game's tomorrow night, right? Not
Yeah.
tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right. So game 6 is tomorrow night. Cool. Okay. So then I guess the biggest news would be the signing of JJ Redick. He signed a 4-year deal with the Lakers as the
Right.
head coach. What's interesting, he does have a podcast with LeBron. He did play it. He played longer than I thought. I remember him even going to the Clippers. He went around, but he played for 15 years. But
Yeah.
here's the kicker. JJ Redick has absolutely no coaching experience whatsoever. None. I mean, none. So that tells me that's LeBron's perfectly okay with that. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
gonna show him. He's gonna show him how to coach. Is what he's
Well,
gonna do.
I'm sure LeBron had a hand in that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Um,
Especially after the Celtics won their 19th championship, I believe it is, or 18th, so they're one ahead of the Lakers. Right there is incentive enough to go and try to get a ring next year, so they can. It just came up right now in the JJ Redick.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he played
I
15
think
seasons. Go ahead.
the Lakers are a long way away from a ring.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you know something though that he did do? You know, because I do remember all the way back at Duke. I didn't know that they've had great players. He scored the more points than anybody else
That's
for
what I
Duke
was.
ever.
That's what I was going to add is that he played for the great coach from Duke, Bill, whatever his name was. I
Mike
forget.
Krzyzewski. I don't know if I said it right. Yeah,
Krzyzewski or whatever it is. So I mean, the guy
begins with a
he was like a number 1 draft pick coming out of the thing, I think,
Yeah.
but he didn't play great. I think didn't he go to the Knicks first? He may have been.
I think
drafted.
so. And then he played. I even think he played for the Sacramento Kings. I think he
And
played for the
didn't play well.
Kings.
He didn't play well for the Knicks, I think, and then he moved on, and then I really lost track of him. But when I was living in North Carolina, he was a superstar. He was just
Right.
finishing his college career, and he was
Yeah.
playing for Duke, and he was amazing. They thought he was going to be the shit when he came to the NBA, and I'm glad to hear that he's still around. I thought he fizzled out and disappeared. He's going to actually be coaching where? Is that what you said? Coaching?
Oh, Lakers. Yeah, head coach of the Lakers. LeBron, the Lakers.
Very
Well,
cool.
the thing about Reddick, the reason he was able to play, because you would already say, well, the dude must have had a successful career because he played for 15 years. What he did, he's a decent 3-point shooter, and he was great coming off the bench. He started, like he said, like Hippie said, he started early in his career, and then they realized, you know, he's just not starter material, but he's a great bench player, and heck, he played 15 years. You can't.
And then for Duke, he was a great 3-pointer. If I
Oh,
remember correctly,
he blew it up. Yeah.
that's what they did. They would just throw it back to Redick at the 3-point line. Whoop, every time.
Boom.
Boom,
Every time.
boom.
Great 3-pointer shooter.
Yeah.
You had to. The other thing about Reddick, though, he didn't have. You know how Steph Curry, for a little guy, knows how to take that step back and shoot over the big guys.
Yeah.
He wasn't very good at that. So what he needed was he needed a screen from a big guy so he can get a wide open shot because he wasn't very good at shooting over guys. Yeah.
He didn't have that leap. He didn't have that vertical leap straight up.
He didn't.
He needed to go forward and leap, and everybody else had to leap backwards and shoot it in. Let me get out of here.
And that hurt him, you know?
Yeah, he was a great player, though. I enjoyed my time in. I was a bar. I worked at a restaurant in a bar down there, and the owner of the bar was a huge Duke fan. So
Right.
it was constantly on every day in and then March Madness in North Carolina is huge. Yeah, when I lived in North Carolina, I became
Sure.
I wasn't really a Duke fan, but I started following college basketball more because of JJ
Yeah,
Redick and Duke.
Duke was Duke was so popular that the two guys they mentioned all the time were J.J. Redick. And remember this name, Christian Laettner. You remember Christian Laettner? He hit the shot at the end of the game to beat North Carolina for the championship. They're still talking about it like today. But no, I agree with you. I think that's great. Apparently, J.J. Redick's a great guy, and I like what Hippie J said because that's true. It's not like he hasn't been around good coaches. Heck, he's been around the best college basketball coach, probably next to John Wooten maybe. So he probably learned from him. The fact that he played, you know what guys learn, and I've heard this before. A lot of guys that become coaches did play in the NBA, but they were bench players. So that means is the whole time they're sitting and listening to the other coaches talk. You know what I mean? So they pick up stuff. You know. I did hear something that LeBron said Redick was always the one that would. Guys like it when the bench players get up in their little huddle too. Have you ever seen a huddle and the bench players are still sitting? Because you'll see that. It's like, don't you want to, don't you want to know what's going on? So I think Redick, I think Redick will do a good job. I do because he's gonna listen and he's gonna listen to LeBron. But the thing is, they got to get players. I also agree with Skunky. What they got right now is not going to cut it. Anthony Davis is a great player when healthy, and he's almost never healthy. So they have to get another. LeBron scoring at how old is he? 38 now, and he's scoring 28 points a game. They need to lower that to like around 20, and they need to get. They don't just need to get another player; they need to get a superstar player.
Right.
The Lakers should go after Kevin Durant. I mean, I would if I were them, because he's as tall as Anthony Davis, healthier, and honestly better shooter. He shoots 3-pointers too, so it's hard to defend a guy that's that tall, that can shoot. So
I would bet Durant goes back to the Warriors.
That's what people are saying. Yeah, I was going to say honestly, that is what people are saying. Just because he has to. He doesn't get along with Draymond, but apparently him and Steph are really good friends. So, go ahead.
I seen where the deal where LeBron and Bronny playing together is now just if Bronny happens to get taken number 56 in the draft by the Lakers. So
yeah,
and he probably should just stay in college anyway, because I looked up his stats for last year.
Not good.
He averaged 4.8 points a game, 2.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and shot 36.6% from the field. So, and that's a terrible conference. So,
what school does he play for?
Southern Cal.
Well, give me a second though. Wait a minute. Who's the powerhouse in that division? UCLA, I guess. So you're right. But the bottom line is, who else has said that though? His dad. LeBron has already said. I was going to tell you that anyway. He was doing an interview last week or something. He said, "Look, as far as I'm concerned, my son is an adult now and he can make his own decisions. But I'm just going to say he's not ready yet." Yeah, he flat out said that he's not ready yet.
Right,
dude. If he even gets, he might. With those stats, he may go through the entire draft and not get drafted.
You're right.
I mean, because it's like, come on, dude. And the only chance that he might get drafted is because of his last name.
Right.
So, but those are not good stats, and I think he'd be very smart. Oh yeah, remember it would behoove him. Would behoove him to stay another year in college.
Yes,
I would. I think he should. The money's going to be there. I mean, but he's not going to get money now. I mean, it's like you got to pad. He does have something going for him, though. People are going to pay attention to him because he's Bronny James. So if he does step his game up, they'll notice that.
Right. But they won't if he doesn't. They'll not pay
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna say the exact opposite. It's like they're watching every single game. They're at his practices, and they're like, he's nothing like his dad. Yeah, see, and that's what they'll do. They'll compare him. Be like, Dad's a better player. So
So if the Lakers don't draft him, do you suppose LeBron will retire?
no, no, yeah, he already says that the Lakers, if he get the right players, can win a championship. Plus, I do think he wants to stick around. He wants to. He made a point of he wants to be able to tell everybody that he played at 40 years old. So yeah, I expect him to be around at least 2 years. Because you know why? Steph
Yeah.
Curry's
Listen,
Steph Curry's 36. Steph Curry's 36, and he told everybody he's going to play till he's 40. So as soon as LeBron heard that, he's like, "Well, I'm playing to 40."
yeah, but that ain't shit, man. Brady played till
No.
45 in a contact sport.
Yeah, but I will say this, dude, about basketball that separates football. All Brady had to do was drop back to pass. Yeah, maybe get sacked a couple times, but you know what he didn't have to do? Run up and down the court and try to defend somebody. That's why Michael Jordan retired. He was still scoring like 20 points a game. He said, I can't play defense anymore. I'm 42 years old. They're running by me like I'm nothing. So yeah. Oh, we have an update. Hey, that's cool. We were talking about Bronny. Skunky, here's an update for us. As of January that's a while back, but still, as of January 2022, LeBron James Jr., also known as Bronny James, was a promising young basketball player. Here are some general details about his stats. His high school stats include averaging around 15 points per game, and the summer league also played in various amateur athletic union leagues, and summer basketball as well. He gained attention for his skills and potential college commitment. As of early 22, Bronny has not yet committed to a college basketball program, but he was being closely watched. Scouts due to his pedigree and skill development. Please note that statistics and details about young athletes can change rapidly as they progress through their careers and as new information becomes clear. And then Bronny is a guard who stands around 6'2".
That's the
His
difference.
high school, huh?
That's the difference between him and his dad.
Yeah, he attended Sierra Canyon School in Chatsworth, California.
Right.
So he is in Southern California, and that's where the James family lives now. So
Right. I saw LeBron play in high school, man, and he was just way bigger than everyone else. You know what I mean? He was way better, but he was just way bigger. So
I need to send you guys, you should look it up. You know what? MJ sent me this thing that's crazy. Okay, you guys ready for this? And it's him and Shaq. There's a 14-year-old in high school in the United States that's 7'11". Once again, 7'11". He is 7 inches taller than Shaq. They stand next to each other. Now check this out. Shaq did this thing a while back where he said anybody that could slam dunk on him, he'd give him $1 million. This kid won $1 million.
yeah, I bet
You guys need to.
clumsy as hell. I bet
Yeah, you guys got to look up the video. It's crazy. You bet that kid what?
Is clumsy as hell.
They didn't show. Okay, here's what they show in the video. That's interesting since you said that. They don't actually show him running up and down the court, but they do show him standing and slamming it. He doesn't even have to lift his feet.
Right.
He doesn't even have to lift his feet. Come on now, that's crazy. But I'm with you. I would like to see how, because you do got to play both sides. How, can he play defense? Can he run back and Can he run back and forth? Or is he just stand underneath the basket? Does he just stand underneath the basket?
He may never get any farther than high school.
Well, and some people have brought it to my attention that he could even have that giant syndrome. But you're right. Where you keep growing, and then you can't grow anymore, and it actually kills your organs and stuff. Yeah, that sucks. So I hope that's not the case.
Right. And hey, dude, some other NBA news, I guess, while we're talking about it.
All right.
the Bulls traded Alex Caruso to the Thunder for Josh Giddey.
Yeah, it's funny. Alex Caruso we call bird feeder.
I've never heard either of them.
If you saw Caruso, he does look like a bird feeder, somebody that sits in the trees, that kind of thing. He's a journeyman. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh, you got him? There he is. Check it out, Skunky. There's all 7'11" of them. That's crazy, man.
Video, guys. We got a 7'9", 14-year-old. Like,
Yeah, we'll see. 7'11". I'm looking in the room I'm in. I think the ceiling's 8. Oh my gosh, man. You better get in here.
He gives, let's say he ended up being, let's say in the next 3 or 4 years, he ended up being like almost 8 feet tall.
That is just crazy.
I don't know. I don't.
That'd be crazy.
What's his name? I can't read it from there. What's his name?
I can't see
Parker?
it. I probably can't say it either.
In the next like 3, 4, 5 years.
Oh yeah, can I blow that up?
It'd be the tallest.
Oh, no, don't do that. Uh-oh.
Basketball.
Hope I didn't lose you.
It's just.
Might have to pop back in. Sorry.
I'm trying the best I can.
Yeah, it looks like I have to.
Eddie Goki.
Come on.
There you go. Ananoki.
If I did.
Yeah. Crazy. Go.
What the? Where am I?
I don't know. Are you back?
But I just see me. I'm down. Yeah, there I am. All right. Hey, cool. Look, dude. We changed.
Get back.
Man, that's starting to look good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, the Bulls are also trying to trade. I think his name is Matt Levine. His last name is, I'm not sure of his first, but he's still got a 3-year, $138 million contract. So no one's really interested.
That's going to make that very difficult. Yeah, it looks like we're 3 minutes away from 420 somewhere. It's going to be 420 somewhere.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze, a.k.a. 420 Kid of the Holistic Cloud. R.I.P. to my man Derek Crum. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy, my dude Means, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, The League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buzz till little crumbs broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy, he keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush, wow. Screaming loud, still smoking, having nice dreams floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a backiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo, blowing smoke out my nose, dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried, no lie. Got you afraid of heights, scared to look down, you so high. Cause when I split that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd. Pass it around and let you hit that shit.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Smoke down leaves. Roll up in the leaves for my relief. I'm in love with the THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Got sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack, let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beef, Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L lit, back row, 5 hats told. The studio we roll, bring relief. We the music, all I need to know. Healthier than pill pop. Mother, give me herbs to fill spot. My medication can't do a kill shot. Many strands, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane, a reservation. Here in 23, raising hands in liberation. A celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud, politics throughout the nation. Making a stop debating Billy Blunt, stash, flavor, taste the weed. Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed, smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Broke down leaves, broke down leaves. Rolled up in a leaf for my relief. I'm in love with the THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Hey, with that being 420, I happened to look up the world's fastest joint was 1 gram rolled in 43 seconds, starting from bud. So
okay. So go ahead.
it was in a joint rolling contest. So there's what the world record for a rolled joint of 1 gram is.
So that means you got to take that gram, if it's 1 bud, break it down to where it's rollable. Or do they probably use a grinder? I don't know if they make you use a grinder.
Wow,
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I have a rolling machine and a grinder, and I could probably, I don't know, maybe minute and a half, minute. I mean, I don't know, but that's pretty quick, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
Little piece of information I found. Since it is the stoner sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That could be considered a sport.
It's a
That could be
competition.
considered a sport.
It's a competition. So, yeah, I guess so.
Considering I think you can go to college now to grow marijuana, I think you really can. I think you can get a degree in that.
Sure.
I'm sure you can, considering it's legal now and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it? Horticulture? You know,
weed college.
I love it. Weed college.
A weedologist.
Where'd you go to college? Seton Kush. It's right across the street from Seton Hall. Right. Seton Kush.
Yeah, I'd imagine that college would be out in the Northwest somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and considering, I mean, dude, considering it's a legitimate business, I could totally see getting a degree and growing it, manufacturing it, the whole thing. You know what I mean? Selling it, all that stuff legally.
Right.
Legally.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That is funny, though. 43 seconds. There you go, folks. Tune in to the Stoner Sports Report with Scott and Skunky for tidbits just like that. All right. Well, you know, I'm feeling.
You want another tidbit for our climbing fans?
I love it.
All right. Nepali Sherpa climbed the 14 highest peaks in the world twice. And each peak was over 8,000 meters high. So he's done them all twice, and that is the world record.
How about that? And I'm guessing on my 8,000 meters is somewhere around 14,000 feet. I'm guessing.
I think it was 26. I saw the feet, but I figured I'd let the stoners out there figure that one out. So I use meters
Okay.
because I
Yeah,
can't.
well, I'm watching Sports Center and they're showing Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right, well, yeah, give me some more. Go ahead, you're on a roll.
All right. Hold on here. Oh, I did not know. Dude, I saw Dana White. It said he expects no repercussion from a video where he was domestic violence his wife.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that. Say that again, Skunky.
Dana White expects no repercussion for domestic violence on his wife.
Okay, I'm sorry. One more time. Yeah, sorry, Skunky. One more time.
Dana White had a domestic violence on his wife, and he don't reckon anybody will do anything for it.
Dana White does? The president of the UFC?
Yep. I never heard that, and I don't know how long. I think it said New Year's Eve.
Okay, so
but anyway,
you're saying this happened recently, like
New Year's Eve.
And did he have comments where he said then he doesn't think anybody's going to do anything about it? Did he literally say that, or is that nobody is doing anything about it?
He said, "What are they going to do to him? Take his show?
Serious, man.
Take away his show?"
If that were to be true, then he would actually lose being president of the UFC, and Dana White would probably go away and do some time if it's that bad. That would be something.
Yeah, I doubt it's that bad, or he'd already be away. But anyway, the Endeavor company that is part in with the UFC wants him to step down.
They want him. They want the president of the UFC to step down.
Yes, because of that domestic violence. Hey,
that's big. I honestly didn't know anything about that. Haven't heard them even talk about that or anything of the sort. So that's
and TBS delayed his fight series show for a month. So I don't know. I guess I'll keep an eye out and see what I can find out about it.
Yeah, please do, because that would be something that. I mean, he's been. What can you say? He's been great for the UFC. You got to go all the way back. Remember?
He's
I'm trying to remember. Oh, I do remember the word. The how it was titled, UFC Unleashed. And do you remember that they brought up guys that hadn't had any experience and they tried to move up the ranks to win a contract? You remember they actually won a contract to fight for a year? Oh yeah, they win like a year contract or something like that. All the stuff he did was smart. The reason the UFC is where they're at now is because of Dana White. So that would be a pretty darn big blow.
Right. Well, he doesn't expect that to happen, so I don't know.
Well, I'm one of those though that if it's here we go. We do have an update. It sounds.
I know he was a big advocate against domestic violence, so it made him look like an asshole if nothing else.
There have been no widely reported allegations or accusations of Dana White, the president of the UFC. The decisions and controversies related to the sport, there have been no credible reports or accusation of personal abuse involving his wife. It's important to approach any allegation with sensitivity. And his incidents, Dana White has been a public figure for many years due to his role in the MMA and the UFC. And while he has faced scrutiny and criticism over various activity and verify information from credible sources before forming conclusions, for the most current and accurate information regarding Dana White or any public figure, actually Google it basically. So, and official statements is recommended. So, well, I mean that's big. So we'll have to do more research and.
Yeah, I got that from ESPN Sports.
Here's a marijuana related one. The exact number of NFL players who have been kicked out of football specifically due to marijuana use is not readily available in a single statistic. The NFL has had policies regarding substance abuse, including marijuana, which have evolved over time. Here are some general points to consider. NFL substance abuse policy. The NFL has had a strict policy regarding substance abuse, including testing and penalties for positive tests for marijuana. Regarding substance abuse, including testing and penalties for positive tests for marijuana and other drugs, penalties in the past, players who repeatedly tested positive for marijuana could face fines, suspension, and eventually could be banned from the league if they did not comply with treatment and testing requirements. Change of policy over the years, and the NFL has adjusted its policies and approaches to marijuana, reflecting broader societal changes and scientific understanding of the drug. There have been instances where players have faced significant. So there you go. You know, the NFL has lightened up on the whole marijuana thing.
I think all of them have. I would hope all of them have.
It said consequences, but it didn't.
Yeah, they have consequences. Well, hey, here's a guy. Just to bring a name up, Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon, great. Is he still with? Did he stick with Cleveland? He'd been around. Josh Gordon's a marijuana guy who got banned from the league. He played for the Patriots too.
Yeah, I don't think he's around anymore. I don't believe.
But it wasn't because of testing positive. Anybody? They kicked him out of the league for a few years, and by the time he came back, he didn't have what he had before, and that's not a surprise. That happens all the time.
Right. He still played pretty good for the Browns when he was here.
Oh yeah, Josh Gordon, seriously, great receiver, and the fact that they were so hard on him for smoking pot, his own coaches said he was the first guy in practice hard, no problems with Josh Gordon at all. The only thing he did was smoke marijuana. That was it. I mean, nothing else. No disputes. Never had really any issues. He's a good player. He just smoked pot.
Back then, it wasn't like it is now, legal damn near everywhere. You know what I mean?
No, it was like Ricky Williams, where Ricky Williams said, "You know what? I'm going to retire, even after only playing for 4 years, because I want to smoke pot." Oh, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's when he was with, because he started with the Saints, and then he was. Oh yeah, that's when he was with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Didn't they ban him as well?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But they actually said if he got some treatment within 6 months, he could be reinstated. He said, "I don't want to do that because I'm going to smoke pot. Because if I do that, I'll get sober for 6 months, and the first thing I'm going to do is smoke a joint." He goes, "No, I'm just going to." And that, actually players respected that. There were a lot of players that spoke out when he did that because they go, "Look, the only issue this guy does is smoke pot. You got guys going around that are domestic violence, that are drinking all the time, that are causing problems, that are busting up hotel rooms, that are doing drugs, other drugs that leave your system. We all know that. Cocaine and stuff, 3 days, it's gone. Even Josh said, "You got guys whipping coke. I smoke a joint and I'm banned from the league." I mean, he had a great point and still does today. And so now I'm glad to hear that it's not like that. It's not like it was back then. So they're coming around.
Right.
Okay. All right, here we go. Which country has won the most World Cup titles in soccer? Either Germany, Brazil, Italy, or Argentina. I'm going Brazil.
I'm going Argentina.
Okay, let's see see if we got the answer.
I think that's where Messi's from.
Because I'm going back to Pele and stuff. Let's see who has the most.
I don't know where he was from.
I know Germany, Beckham, Italy, but I'm still going Brazil. Brazil! Yes. Brazil has won the World Cup a record 5 times. They won their first title in 1958, then followed it up with victories in 62, 70, 94, and 2002. Brazil's success in football, soccer, is widely celebrated, and they have produced some of the sport's most iconic players, Pele being one of them, contributing significantly to their rich footballing history. About that, I got it right.
Yeah.
Brazil, they have produced.
Okay.
I like that. We like these sports trivia.
Yeah. That I don't know, man. I've been watching a little bit of. I think it's the Euro tournament they're playing right
Yeah, the
now.
Euro League. Yeah, the Euro tournament. Yes.
Yeah, and I think Argentina or France will win that. Hell, they win
Yeah,
every. Yeah.
The Argentina's playing tonight. I think. Is the U.S. in it? Or they already? Is the U.S. in it?
Yeah, they may play us tonight as well. But they play, I forget who. Someone I would think they would beat.
Okay, now this might be tough. Let's see. Okay, which tennis player holds the record for the most Grand Slam single titles in the Open era since '68? Okay, Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, or Margaret Court. I have my answer. I'm going Serena Williams.
Yeah, I
Who are you
don't
going to
know.
go? No idea.
I would go with the second one, Federer.
Roger Federer. That was going to be my second one. Let's see. Let's see who it was.
Probably Serena Williams. Yeah,
I am 2-0, baby.
right.
Serena Williams holds the record for the most Grand Slam single titles in the Open era with a total of, 23 titles. She has won these titles across the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and U.S. Open tournaments. Serena is widely regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Oh, yeah, talk about this. Known for her powerful game. Are you kidding me? She's a brute out there. Longevity in the sport. Twice the size of her sister Venus.
Yeah,
Big lady.
her sister was good as well until she came. Yep. Yeah.
All right. 2-0. All right. Have a prize at the end.
A what?
Oh, I was just going to say we have. Okay, here we go. Who is the only athlete? Oh, yeah, here we go. This will be tough. Who is the only athlete to have won Olympic gold medals in both the 100 meters and 400 meters individual events? Here are your answers: either Michael Johnson, Usain Bolt, Carl Lewis, or Florence Griffith Joyner.
I'm going with the chick.
Okay, you're going with Florence Griffith Joyner. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I'm doing? Carl Lewis. Let's see. It could be Hussein Bolt. It's going to either be Carl Lewis or Hussein Bolt, I think. But I'm going Carl Lewis.
All right.
So everybody says Michael Johnson. Okay.
I'll be damned.
Michael Johnson is the only athlete. Yeah, Michael Johnson is the only athlete in Olympic history to have won gold medals in both the 200 meters and 400 meters at the same Olympic Games. He achieved this feat at the 1996, the Atlanta Olympics, where he won the gold in the 200 meters with a world record time of 19:32 seconds, and in the 400 meters with a time of 43:49 seconds. Johnson's remarkable speed and versatility in these sprint events made him a legendary figure in track and field history. Definitely heard of him. I didn't know he was the one.
Yeah, I didn't either. Huh. I didn't know he ran the 400.
I didn't either. But he obviously did. And did well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, man, what was we talking about? That the cornhole tournaments this weekend. Whatever.
Is it?
Yeah, whatever the one we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cornhole tournament's going. All right.
Yeah. I bet there'll be some cornholing going on there. Yeah, boy, you know there will.
I mean, let's just be honest here. It's a beanbag game. What the heck is this corn? Who came up with the name of the game? Let's call it cornholing. Okay, I love these. Which NBA player famously coined the term Jimmer range, referring to the long-range shooting? Okay, this is going to be tough, but what Jimmer range is long-range shooting. Out of all four of those guys, the guy that was in the league before Steph and Clay was J.R. Smith. I'll go J.R. Smith. The other one was Kevin Durant. So it was either Curry, Thompson, Durant,
Thompson.
or J.R. Smith.
I'll go with Clay
Smith
Thompson.
played for Cleveland. You're going to go Clay Thompson. I'm going J.R. Smith of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the answer is,
Hey, Nick.
what's up, Nick? Welcome to the Stoner Sports Report.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening and getting high. Hopefully, if you're joining our group, J.R. Smith. All right, I'm doing good. A former NBA player known for his sharp shooting skills, coined the term Jimmer range in reference to Jimmer Frederick, another basketball player known for his ability to shoot from long distances. The term became popular during Fredette's college career at BYU, where he gained attention for his deep shooting range.
Mm-hmm. I'll be dang.
I should be winning some prizes. Tell him what he's won, Scott. That's right. Just for playing our game.
You got that one wrong, dude. What prize
No, I
you
didn't.
get?
I got it right. I said J.R. Smith. That's the answer.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I got J.R. Smith.
I didn't even see it.
All right, here we go. You got another one?
I don't know.
All right. You know what? Hey, since the game is tomorrow, how about that, though? I was going to tell you that. Oh, wait. We got another one, I think. Oh, I might get this right. In the cult, because I love this movie. In the cult classic film, The Big Lebowski, what is the name of the character played by Jeff Bridges? Is it the dude, the man, the boss, the guy?
The dude.
Yep, that was easy. The dude it is. That's a for sure. Do you know who narrates it? You know who narrates that movie? Who talks through the whole thing?
No.
Sam Elliott. It's Sam Elliott. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
And he's in the bar or somewhere. Was he at the bowling alley? Yeah. Yeah.
He was.
I like that movie. He says he hates the Eagles, and the cab driver drops him off because he liked the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. They go to throw. One of my favorite scenes is when they go to throw the ashes and it blows in their faces. All right, let's read the whole thing, though. Jeff Bridges portrays the character known as the Dude in the '98 film. The Big Lebowski. The character's full name is Jeffrey Lebowski, but he could commonly referred to simply as the Dude throughout the movie. He is laid back, bowling enthusiastic who becomes embroiled in a comedic mystery involving mistaken identity and a ransom plot. The Dude has become an iconic figure in pop culture, known for his signature white Russian cocktails and casual demeanor. Love it. Yeah. When they throw the ashes, try to throw them in the ocean and it blows in their faces.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
pretty funny movie, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty funny movie.
Do you pay any attention to the women's NBA?
Not enough, but yeah, a little bit. Why? Yeah, actually, I was going to say Caitlin Clark's been playing well. Caitlin Clark.
One of our viewers messaged me, and I wanted to say last night Caitlin Clark had a double-double, and it was her third in a row, which makes the Fever on a 3-game win streak. So,
and that's the Indiana Fever. How about that? I got that
right. So there's some women's NBA for you, buddy.
Well, not only that, I can add to that hey, I'm telling you, one of the best things that could be happening to Caitlin Clark is what is happening. She got snubbed from the All-Star team, and why should she be on it? Because she's young and everything. But all the other players talking smack. This is a girl that's really good at basketball, and she's going to come into her own. And all this is going to do is make her a tougher player. And I was going to say her coach loves it. She says the more trash they talk, better she's going to get, because she's got a chip on her shoulder, because she's not a big girl, and when you see her on the court, she is not a big girl.
Right.
She's kind of like, huh?
She's 6 foot.
She is 6 foot, I know, but she's more like Steph Curry. I mean, she doesn't have a big body and stuff, so but she's such a dude. This lady is such a good shooter. She has shot around with NBA players, and they were just like, she's draining them. I mean, just draining them. So yeah, more power to her. I think that she's good for basketball. That's great.
Right. Yeah.
3 double-doubles in a row, and the Fever are 3-0 in the last 3 games. Look out.
They'll be
Get
in
the
the
Fever.
they'll be in the playoffs before you know it.
And the more, it's just so good for the WNBA. Everything's up. Viewership's up. The fans. I did tune into a game for a few minutes. I'm telling you, dude, it was sold out even. So
Yeah.
that's great
Right.
for the women. I'm all about that.
Yeah, because of her, of course.
And the other cool thing was, I was going to say that it's awesome. We even have UFC fights that the headliner is like Nunez, our 2 women fighters, and they're selling out and stuff because hey,
Right.
I've noticed that the women have a tendency to stand up longer than the men. The men want to jump to the ground real quick and hug each other and get all sweaty.
Well,
But the women, I've seen the women. I just watched the last fight between those 2 women, and my gosh, they were swinging the whole time.
right.
Yeah,
It
I
seems
like
to
that.
be that way.
Huh?
Did it seems to be that way with the women? They seem to be a little more exciting fights.
They really do, and they were just talking about that they don't really take. Okay, let's just be honest. The bigger guys in the UFC, they do take a little time off. They lay on the ground there a little bit. The women don't seem to do that. The women, it's just on the whole time.
Not as much, yeah.
Not as much.
But dude,
So,
you hardly ever see them girls knock each other out cold.
that's true. But you want to see knockouts, the guys.
Well, sure. But they're always in there swinging, man.
I will say the one that did knock people, there were 2. But see, Ronda Rousey, people forget what she was known for. She wasn't known for knocking you out. She'd break your arm. She was a submit.
Yeah.
At one time, she was 10-0 with 9 submits. So that's only 1 KO. But here's the one that did. Amanda Nunez knocked you into tomorrow. You remember her?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, she was the champion for like 10 years straight.
Right.
and she hurt people. There were a lot of people that thought she could get into the octagon with a man and put him and give him a good fight.
They're not.
So I don't know. Well, that's
Dude,
speculation. Never happened.
She might still be the women's champion. I don't know.
I know she's still around. I know,
Yeah.
and in fact, her and her girlfriend, they adopted when she lost that to Home. She came back the next year and beat the crap out of her. But anyway, she lost, and she said because she'd become a family person, and they had an infant and stuff and a baby, and
Right.
she just didn't have that killer instinct. So she said losing, the killer instinct came right back.
Right.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose again. Screw that.
May still be the champion. I don't know.
So good. Yep.
There's a lot of good fighters in the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do we have another one coming up? Like, do we even have it as soon as this weekend? Or
Probably Saturday.
that's usually the time they do it.
That's when it's on. Yeah. Yep. I don't. If they're off somewhere weird, it'll be on at noon over here or whatever. But I don't know.
Well, there's one tonight, but I think that's from November.
Re-air. Yeah.
Let's see, I can actually go till Saturday.
Right. There's one on every Saturday.
No, it doesn't look like this weekend.
Yeah.
But now that I go back, though, I thought I also saw the Premier Fighting League, and that might be. Is that tonight?
It's usually on Friday night and the UFC Saturday night.
Yeah, and I used to watch Bellator. You watch Bellator?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They just didn't seem to have the quality of fighters back then that the UFC had. It didn't seem.
Well, hey, since we have, I don't know, like 9-10 minutes here, why don't we, since they are playing tomorrow, we haven't really talked about Edmonton. If Edmonton wins tomorrow night, then man, not only do we have the series, but basically we would have a game 7. And so I think I'm leaning towards Florida winning, but
Right.
oh,
So
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
that puts Florida's back against the wall tonight because they certainly don't want to go to a game 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Yeah.
because anything could happen in a game 7.
Right. It just depends on how they play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So it would help if they didn't have a bunch of penalties to give.
Yeah, that's
I don't know his name.
yeah. So if they, yeah, it's because Edmonton took advantage of the power plays. Like they were saying, their two players are big players. Are Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Florida's going to have to concentrate on both of them. They're going to have to slow McDavid down. He's gotten 8 points in the last 2 games, and he's spread it out perfectly where he's had 2 goals and 2 assists, 2 goals and 2 assists. So he scored 4 goals and had 4 assists in the last 2 games. So mathematically, they scored 13 goals. He's got 8 points out of that 13. So you got to stop number 97. It's simple. Connor McDavid can't keep doing that,
Right.
or there will be a game 7.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
And I think they will, man. I don't know. Like you say, when your back's against the wall, and I believe
Play
Florida
different.
is. So
I know I would agree with you what you just said right there because I actually think that's a good point because I'm getting a feeling that okay, Florida's in the driver's seat. They're up 3 games to none. They probably weren't that you know concerned even when they lost game 4 in Edmonton. Because to be honest, probably on the plane ride home, they were saying things like, "Well, you knew they were going to win a game. We weren't going to sweep them, so they were able to squeak one out." But I think what shocked them is the next game they lost in Florida. So now I think you're right. Now on the on the plane ride to Edmonton, they're like, "Holy shit, we cannot lose because then even though we have Game 7 at home, anything can happen in the Game 7. We could get somebody hurt. Who
yes,
knows? We cannot have it. Oh, I'll bet their coach is like, we need to go into Edmonton and just put an end to this. I'm done. We are not going to let this team even up the series because then honestly, the momentum would be on Edmonton's side.
right.
They'd won 3 straight.
And the players know that, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think everything will be all right.
Mm-hmm. And I can't see goalie Bob giving up that many goals again a lot. You know what I mean?
No, especially at one time to have 4 goals on 18 shots, but one of them was shorthanded, where so it's basically a breakaway where it's just the guy coming at you, and they have a tendency to score. They gave up 2 3-on-1s at least. Yeah, Florida's got to clean up that defense all day. Yeah, they were leaving guys open. They admitted that so.
Right. Yeah, they turned it over a lot as well.
They did. They turned it over a lot as well.
But hey, I seen where Aaron Judge come back already from where he got hit in the hand by the pitch.
Well, that's good. That's always good to hear.
If you're a Yankees fan, it is.
I'm not, but if you are a baseball fan, Aaron Judge puts butts in the seat.
Right.
Bits they call it, butts in the seats. Yeah,
He puts balls
gotta have
in
bits
the too.
Balls in the seats.
Yeah, he hits them over the fence too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
450 feet.
Right.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is a brute.
Sure.
He's been known to strike out and break the bat over his leg. You just try that once.
Right.
Bo Jackson used to do it. Good old Bo, my boy Bo.
I would just not strike out.
Hey, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta hit the ball.
Right. Or get hit by the ball. Either way.
Or get hit by the ball. One way or another.
That seemed to be my best strategy always. Take one for
Right
the
on,
team.
Skunky. Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Well, the trivia was fun. I like that. Maybe I'm thinking we might want to do a little bit more of that. Test our sports knowledge.
Right. Yep. Hey, dude, let me remind everybody about the wrestling show tonight at 8:30.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I did. I forget the name.
That's why it's called the Stoner Sports Report.
No. Oh. Anyway, dude, that's all I got tonight, man.
Yeah, we seem to be running out of juice here.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep. Man, Willie Mays, once again, gonna admit the Hey Say kid,
Yeah.
Great passer to the baseball. Yeah, so that was oh yeah, I can't remember the name of the field before we go.
It's the first
the Cardinals and somebody are playing at, I think it's called Kirkwood Field, and
Right.
it's the oldest stadium in the United States, and
Right.
they're going to have something for Willie Mays.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I just saw that like on Sports Center before we came on. I even have it in the background just in case something comes up. We could bring it up. Da 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 da.
I wonder how many people that place will hold.
I mean, it just came across on the screen. My guess is it's probably a little stadium.
Right.
Yeah, like you said.
That's old.
I don't know how many that it's gonna hold, but
I'll be damned. It's weird.
it is weird.
It's just a tribute for Willie Mays, right? Is what's going on with it.
Yeah, I think they were already gonna play there though. I think it was already set. I'm thinking it was already set, and they just decided to pick that game since it's at the oldest stadium
Oh,
in the United States.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
But anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking maybe since
I'm looking
you got something you wanna.
That's it.
I guess that's about it.
I read
it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I guess since we seem to run out of stuff basically to talk about, I mean, we could mention. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let me think for a second. I did see something on the party note. Apparently, yeah, it can't be a coincidence. Kevin Durant is speaking to several of the Warriors players now, so that maybe something is in the mix, and if something comes down the wire, I'm sure we'll pass it along to our fans because that's what we do.
Dude, I read that Mike Tomlin got a contract extension for 3 years, but I got that right underneath the fake story about Dana White, so take it for what you will.
Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, Mike Tomlin absolutely should have his contract extended. This team, they by one game, they almost made the playoffs, and they don't really got. I mean, they got Kenny Pickett. They don't even have anybody. When you give Mike Tomlin some talent like Ben Roethlisberger and stuff, heck, they were in the playoffs. Mike Tomlin's a great coach, absolutely, dude. Yeah, I think he's one of the. What I like about him, I like his. You notice how the Steelers, regardless how their offense is, they always play defense. Always, Steelers always play defense. Mike Tomlin has everything to do with that.
They always have since back in the Steel Curtain.
Always.
Yeah.
I saw Howie Long last year. He was excited when the Raiders the last 10 games of the year were only giving up 15 points a game. And Howie said, he goes, look, that's how you build a team. He goes, look at the Steelers. Heck, they scored 17 points. They win 17-14. He's like, the Steelers have played defense since the 70s. Consistent.
Right.
Solid. Yeah. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Mike Tomlin deserves that. All right, I'll tell you what, Skunky, it looks like it's approaching 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock my time.
That's it.
Do this again tomorrow. All right?
Yep.
All right, guys, once again, you were listening to the Stoner Sports Report with Scott and Skunky. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern. Peace.
This production is brought to you by DH WTBN, WTHC Radio.